Welcome to this webinar on emerging smart ventilation strategies for energy efficient IAQ management. My name is Carsten Rode and I'm a professor with the Technical University of Denmark. This work has been done in the context of the IEA Annex 86, which is on energy efficient indoor air quality management in residential buildings. This project is an annex in the EBC, energy conservation in buildings and communities. The operating agent for this project is Jelle Laverge from Ghent University, but I present this webinar here today since I'm responsible for the dissemination activities of our project. So for the project, the scope and the goals for the project is to provide a framework for energy efficiency of the indoor air quality management strategies in operation, and also then to improve the acceptability, the control, the quality of installation, and also long-term reliability on such systems that are needed. We do this for residential buildings, but that would be both for new structures as well as for refurbishments. We have a more specific list of activities that we will cover in our projects. So first of all, we are going to look to metrics to assess the energy performance and indoor environmental quality and to make a management strategy for that. As said already, thereby we will improve the acceptability, the control, the installation quality, and also the reliability of those management strategies that we will need. We will further develop a rating method for IAQ management strategies that takes into account those selected metrics as we define here in the beginning of the project. And we'll look to tools to assess designers and managers for buildings to assess the performance of IAQ management strategies. And also for the rating methods, we'll gather standardized input data for that. Further, we'll study as a specialty, you might say, smart materials that could also be part of the IAQ management strategy. And also, we'll develop IAQ management solutions to retrofit, as we mentioned already, as one of the scopes of our project. But what is most relevant for today's webinar, perhaps, is that we'll also benefit from advances in sensor technology and cloud-based data storage and solutions to improve, again, the IAQ management strategies and how we operate with them. And we'll look also to improve the availability of data sources by looking to also to some use cases. And finally, as I mentioned already, perhaps we'll disseminate as we can. That's my responsibility about what we do in the project. We are structured in a number of subtests in the project, 5 where we do the technical work, 1 we mentioned already about the metrics. Next, we have a subtest that looks to source characterization and exposure, so what comes into our buildings, we could say. Thirdly, we have, as also mentioned, we look to smart materials in subtest 3. Fourth, which is mostly the subject for today, is to look how to use smart ventilation and strategies for that. And then fifth, we look to energy savings and that balance between energy savings and indoor air quality. How to improve, how to make validation, and look to data that can support our findings. And finally, again, we have a subtest specifically on dissemination, which is what we also do by a webinar today. So, but the focus will be the smart ventilation. And concerning the time schedule for this, we are in the beginning of the project, but we plan to run for the technical subtask until the middle of the year 2024. So we hope to interact with you, and we have still another 2.5 good years, we hope, to collaborate on that. And finally, we spend a year to report what we've been doing, so we complete it totally by the end of year 2025. I think we could say already here in the beginning we are rather successful because we have gathered participants from 41 institutions covering 24 countries that are EBC members, and that's really good, I believe. So we are successful in that rate. You can check and find your country and see which institution participates from your country. But regarding the dissemination, we do also what we're doing today. So today is the 6th webinar we've done already this year, which is something we do, and we're very appreciative towards the AIVC organization to make webinars here. I'll just point to the link here where you can check other webinars, but including these 6 ones here. Then I don't want to read aloud the titles of here, but you can see we started in spring this year. So that more or less concludes my general introduction very shortly. But now I'll lead the word over to running the rest of the talk here to the leader of Subtask 4, which is Gaye Kiyo. So please, Gaye, the word is yours.